You splurged on that stunning TV, didn't you? Dropped a cool grand or two on a sleek 77-inch OLED beast that promises to paint your walls with a rainbow of a billion colors. You mounted like a trophy in your living room, fired it up, and there it was, the glowing logo, a symbol of all your tech dreams. But then reality crashes the party. Netflix stutters like it's on dial-up, Hulu's app freezes mid-load, and hunting for that hot new flick on Disney Plus means dodging a minefield of pushy ad for reality shows you'd never touch. That shiny, pricey screen suddenly feels like a relic, sluggish, bloated, and oddly bargain bin. It's the kind of gut punch letdown that makes you question every gadget purchase you've ever made. Because here's the rub. You got Ferrari with a display hooked to a go-kart engine. Have you been there, staring at that spinning wheel of doom? Tell me in the comments, what's the worst smart TV fail you've endured? Imagine flipping the script, though. What if the fix wasn't ditching TV for another overpriced upgrade, but slipping in a tiny black cube, just 4 inches square, that seizes control and transforms your investment into the butter-smooth, rocket-fast command center you deserve from day one? Enter the Apple TV 4K, the unassuming hero ready to rescue your setup. Over the next half hour, we're peeling back every layer. Not just a quick skim, but a full excavation into its origins, the dreamers it's built for, and whether that steep ticket price delivers true magic or just shines for the die-hard faithful. Hang tight. You could be seconds from banishing that living room headache for good. At first glance, it's deceptively plain, echoing its predecessor, a matte black brick that's all whisper and no shout, blending into your shelf like it was born there. No flashy buttons mar its face, and around back, it's minimalist poetry, power cord, HDMI out, and a lone Ethernet jack that punches above its weight. More on that gem soon. But crack open the hood, and the plot thickens. Apple slipped in a powerhouse. The A15 or A16 Bionic chip, ripped straight from the iPhone 13 and 14 playbooks. Pause and let that sink in. Why cram smartphone-level muscle into a streaming sidekick? It's the beating heart of the whole endeavor. Layers of smart efficiency, bulletproof longevity, and warp speed responsiveness that turns good enough into why settle for less. Your TV's baked-in brain? It's a budget compromise, scraping by with the bare minimum to spin up apps without keeling over. The Apple TV? It thinks bigger, borrowing iPhone DNA to make every tap feel prophetic. Commands don't queue up, they execute on instinct. Apps don't boot, they bloom. And scrubbing a 4K Dolby Vision epic? No hiccups, no fuzzy guesswork. Just crisp, frame-by-frame previews that teleport you right into the action. It's the upgrade you can't quantify on paper, but it'll hit you like a revelation in those quiet evenings, making every interaction feel live, effortless, alive in a way that whispers, this is how it should always be. Yet the star you'll cradle daily, the one that rewires your rituals, is a revamped Siri remote, a triumph of restraint and ingenuity. They banished the lightning port to the archives, ushering in USB-C for charging that finally feels future-forward. Crafted from a solid billet of aluminum, it lands in your palm with reassuring heft, miles from the flimsy plastics haunting most setups. Up top, a power button that tames your whole AV kingdom. Below, a faithful back arrow, quick mute, and those satisfying volume sliders. But the crown jewel? The haptic clickpad, a nod to iPod glory. Circle your thumb along its rim for surgical timeline dives, or jab the quadrants like a trusty D-pad. It's duality perfected, intuitive for novices and nostalgic for vets. Tucked on the edge, it doubles as your smart home nerve center, summoning lights or locks with a flick. Truth be told, this remote paired with its blistering interface? That's the siren song, the 90% pull that turns skeptics into converts. Speaking of that interface, tvOS, it's a breath of fresh air in a smoggy world. Gaze upon it. Purity reigns. No garish banners hawking forgotten series. No algorithmic ambush from apps you ghosted. Just your curated row of icons, arranged by whim, in a grid as crisp as fresh linen. In an era where screens beg for your gaze like street hawkers, this is quiet rebellion. A device that honors your time, not hijacks it. And that prime row up top? Your up next Oracle, a sly genius move. It doesn't care if your binge spans HBO, Disney, or Prime. It cues the next chapter of your obsession, Severance's mind bends or the boys' chaos. Right at eye level. No app hopping, no buried playlists. Power on, glance, click, and you're immersed. It's deceptively basic, yet it shatters the old dance of delays, collapsing maybe I'm watching in under 3 heartbeats. Television, reimagined as frictionless poetry. Speed and serenity are table stakes, but picture fidelity? That's where the 4K badge ignites. This cube devours formats like a feast. 4K at 60 frames per second for silk-smooth motion, Dolby Vision's HDR wizardry, for peaks of brilliance and abyssal shadows that shift with the scene's soul. And now, HDR10 Plus joins the party, the Samsung staple, ensuring your premium panel gets fed the optimal feast, no compromises. Here's the wizardry beneath. Lesser boxes and TV smarts pedal always on HDR, torching a 90s rerun into a color catastrophe. Apple TV? It discerns, adapts via match content. SDR stays pure. HD glows true, and only true 4K spectacles trigger the full spectacle. Every frame unfolds as envisioned, a director's unfiltered vision. Then there's the parlor trick, iPhone calibration. Point your phone at the screen, let the box post calibration rainbows, and boom, your display's hues snap to cinematic precision. No Pro Tools required. It's the devil in the details obsession that justifies every penny, turning your rig into a private screening room. And the audio? Prepare to levitate. Dolby Atmos isn't hype, it's alchemy. With a compatible soundbar or receiver, sound blooms multidimensional. Not mere surround, but a 3D tapestry where effects orbit you. Thunder rumbling overhead, whispers curling from the sides. Hook in AirPods Pro or Max, and head-track spatial audio crafts a solo symphony. Your noggin the epicenter. It's the stuff of sci-fi until it envelopes you, making blockbusters feel intimately alive. But Apple's ambitions stretch beyond the screen. They're architecting your home's quiet conductor. If you're deep in the ecosystem, this is the velvet glove that fits like destiny. Start with Apple Arcade. That beastly chip unleashes a treasure trove of games, not AAA behemoths, but polished indies, cozy platformers, even NBA 2K showdowns or Fantasian's whimsy. Sync a PS5 or Xbox pad, and your couch becomes a portal. Shift to Fitness Plus. Your space morphs into a boutique gym, beaming hit blasts, serene yoga flows, or breathwork sessions across the expanse. Apple Watch owners? Live metrics pulse on screen. Heart fire, progress rings, fueling that addictive push. Pure, polished synergy. Then the effortless bridges. AirPlay, the invisible thread. Spot a meme on your iPhone? One tap, and it's life-size hilarity for crowd. Vacation snaps? Air them up for shared nostalgia. Craving a fresh Spotify drop? Voice it, and it thunders through your audiophile setup. This phone-to-TV telepathy isn't flashy. It's foundational. The how did I survive without epiphany that binds your devices into one humming whole. Capping it, the built-in HomeKit brain. Lights dim on cue, thermostats whisper adjustments, doors unlock with biometric grace. All orchestrated from this secure enclave. No cloud spies invited. We've unpacked the velocity, the polish, the prowess. It's a feature fortress. But let's face the elephant. Why drop premium coin when a $50 Roku or Fire Stick beckons? Valid gripe, and for many, they're spot-on saviors. Roku's charm? Unpretentious reliability, app ubiquity. Yet its UI creaks like an old flip phone. Laggy swaps, yawn-worthy loads, and that relentless sidebar circus of come-ons turning your downtime into a flea market. Fire TV Cube fights back with Zip and Atmos Flare, plus Alexa's handy chatter. Solid, sure, but it's Amazon's showroom. Prime plugs elbowing out your faves like rude gate crashers. The interface a relentless sales pitch. NVIDIA's Shield, the Tinker's old flame. Plex wizardry incarnate. But Google TV's ad-riddled maze and aging guts can't touch Apple's fresh-forged edge. The calculus crystallizes. Those contenders suffice. Content flows, sure, but at a cost of stutter steps, cluttered canvases, and screens pimped as profit machines. Apple TV demands more silver up front, a lot more, yet it peddles zero distractions. It's your unobtrusive major domo. Swift, stunning, and serenely yours. No upselling, no interruptions. just elevated execution that outpaces the pack with elegant disdain. So, the verdict: for whom does this beacon? Not the masses, candidly. If your spare room 32-incher just needs Netflix basics, snag that bargain Roku plug and forget. Budget pinch and ad immune? Skip the splurge. Google or Amazon loyalists reveling in Assistant or Echo empires might chafe at the curated confines. But iPhone wielders? This slots in like fate's final cog, weaving phone, watch, and buds into symphonic bliss. Cinephiles chasing pixel-perfect purity from their splurge TV and speakers? Match content and vision lock it in. No rivals rival that. Above all, it's salve for the exasperated. The soul scorched by endless waits, glitchy ghosts, and ad-infested turf they already own. For those craving tech that's potent yet polite. Potent in power, polite in presence. The Apple TV 4K is a mere streamer. It's your theater's silent turbo, the high-fidelity heartbeat your display was born to pulse with. Pricey? Undeniably. Essential? If those opening gripes had you murmuring yes in shadowed recognition, your heart's already tallied the score. It's the unrivaled streaming sovereign. Hands down, no contest. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.